think.
And on this podcast tonight, we have Cameron Clubber and myself, TheWhiteBowser, talking about sequels and milking popular games. And Cameron, were you gonna add a sound effect to that?
I'm trying to. It won't work.
Oh no! Dang it!
Work.
No, we need sound effect quickly.
Work.
Yeah. So we couldn't get. Sorry, audience, but we couldn't get Jack here today. So it's just me and Cameron talking about this game talk video. Okay. So well, I'll start off while Cameron's downloading the Google Effects. Now basically, when I mean milking popular games, I'm talking about games such as these games are basically they're basically derived of like 16 different games for one series. This would of course symbolize
Oh, there it is.
This would of course symbolize games such as Final Fantasy, Mario Party, Mario Kart, Super Mario Bros, Zelda. It also symbolizes games such as Call of Duty and Pokemon. So these games are famous for being made so much. Like there's so many RPG Pokemon games, it's crazy, and it's kind of ridiculous how, well, not really ridiculous per se, just amazing how, like Game Freak, for example, the corporation that makes Pokemon games, has rarely even branched out from making Pokemon games. I believe there was something on Nintendo News that said Game Freak was making a new game for them. What was it, Cameron?
Oh, it was Harmonite. That's it. It's actually going to be coming out soon on eShop.
Yeah, Harmonite. And this is like the first game I've ever heard that Game Freak actually makes outside of Pokemon. And I was like, whoa, they actually make stuff outside of Pokemon?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking is.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of like weirds you out, like when you finally find out that these gaming corporations actually make different games besides like their mainstream games. It's like, whoa, I never knew you did that. And that's kind of bad because these game corporations never decide to branch out. They never decide to make new games. So they just like stay solitary and keep on milking their popular games. So this is kind of bad because it kind of gets stale. It might result in a lot of remakes and a lot of confusing prequels, and it might result in annual new versions. It might result in annual new versions of video games that might become stale. So as you can see, this Hangout video kind of combines the past two game talks we've had together, viewers. So I'm gonna pass it to Cameron now that I've shared my thoughts. Cameron, share your thoughts on milking popular games.
Well, the main reason why game developers really milk the games is that they get some of that money. And I'm trying to make the ka-ching sound work, but it won't.
Keep talking though.
Awkwardness. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so when it comes to milking popular games, it's kind of going into the New Super Mario Bros. Series. But there's actually... Okay, there it works.
That was me. Okay. That was me, actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
you were saying?
Okay, right. It's basically where they do make like new games for the series, but it's like there's a ton of them really. But that doesn't mean that they're actually bad, because if you look at the New Super Mario Bros. Series, they actually develop on things instead of being the exact same layout. Besides New Super Mario Bros. 2, so they actually develop on these games and add in new features, make them look better, and that's basically what they do to make a good game that has really just been milked from a series.
Yes.
Thank you. Was that mine?
I think that was you, yeah.
It lags up for like a whole minute and then it appears.
We're having Google Effects malfunctions right now, people. Alright, but one thing that I really want to strike here, Cameron, is a game series that's been milked far too much, and it's not Call of Duty. This game...
I want to play Mario Party! I want to play Mario Party 2!
Not even close.
Oh.
This gaming series was made by Square Enix. The gaming series is famous for their RPGs, such as Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana. You may remember back in the Super Nintendo days, there was Final Fantasy 3, there was Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana. Those three games were like the trio for the RPG that Square Enix made for the Super Nintendo. And the thing is, Square Enix kind of dumped Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana and just focused on Final Fantasy. Now this was bad because you look at any. I've watched a few videos on YouTube, and and these people rage about how Square Enix focuses so much on their popular games and never goes back to Chrono Trigger or Secret of Mana or anything else like that because they just focus so much on getting money for their popular games, and that's not good because now we're up to what? Final Fantasy 13?
That that lagged out also.
So what Final Fantasy number are we on, Cameron?
Uh, we're on Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, I think.
Exactly, that's my point exactly. Square Enix is focusing so much on Final Fantasy, they're not even bothering to go back to any of their old franchises, and that's where they're failing. So that's just like totally bad right there. I mean, why would they do that? So you got these Final Fantasy just totally hoarding everything, and this is where unlike Pokemon, Final Fantasy is almost like non-stop sequels that keep on making less and less sense. That's what Final Fantasy is starting to become, and that's where it's bad. So that's just one thing to share. Now Final Fantasy is being milked so much that Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana are being ignored, and a lot of fans out there want another Chrono Trigger. So yeah, it's just. I've been watching videos. So it's been 12 years. Give me another Chrono Trigger already. Have you seen a Chrono Trigger, Cameron?
No, but what you just said there kind of goes back into Kid Icarus, where you make a game, but then you never do anything on it, and
Yeah.
then you're just left waiting for that game for like over 10 years,
Right.
around that time. And yeah, that's basically what happens where it just does that. And well, but for Chrono Trigger, they're not gonna come out with another game, as far as I know. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we were talking about this in my game genre development class in college the other day. How like Square Enix really needs to focus on their other games, and this is have you seen the commercials for the new Tomb Raider?
Nope.
Yeah, apparently Tomb Raider or Lara Croft is getting a revamp. It's like being revamped after being in dormant state for so long. And I'm really proud for EA Games. I think it's developed by EA. No, I'm sorry, it's developed by Core Design Studio. But yeah, but for a Tomb Raider game that revamp, it's really good because Tomb Raider's been so out of the game for so long, and now it's finally back. So that's really good how they've stopped milking the popular games and they're bringing back an old game like Tomb Raider. So that's really good. So that's like really well thought out. Cameron, do you know a popular gaming series that's being milked by a corporation that you think is doing bad? Do you know?
No, not. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say Mario Party,
Yes.
but the thing with that is it does actually develop if you've seen from the like the starting games they did develop and stuff. Well, besides Mario Party 2 when it was basically just new Mario Party 2 was basically the first one only with like new maps and new minigames and that was basically it. But they have developed over the years which is a good thing. But and from what we've got like from interviews, apparently it's supposed Mario Party 9 is actually the last Mario Party. So
Well, thank God for that.
I can't really say that Mario Party is a game that's been milked and it's
Well,
really bad
well,
because well if
actually,
we
I'm gonna insert my thought here. I hate Mario Party 9. One, they took away the stars and put in mini stars. They took away the coins and put in mini stars. They took away all the power ups and put in dice blocks. What the heck? I mean, they basically took out the orbs, the coins, and the stars and put in dice blocks and mini stars. It's like, what the heck is that? That
Yeah,
was
it's well, all they're trying to do is actually change the design of it, and it's
the old
basically
design was
it's actually
fine.
easier, isn't it?
No, it's not. I don't. I liked all the. I liked having the coins. I liked having 150 coins. I liked having stars, not just mini stars. I just despise Mario Party 9. In fact, the Mario Party that I'm most proud of is Mario Party 3. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
for the N64. I love that game. So, just want to say, I just did not like how they took away. They took out all of that. How they took out the old system and put in the new system for Mario Party. I mean, I guess the reason why they did that is because that was going to be the end of Mario Party, but still, I
Yeah,
did
they
not like
wanted to
that.
try something new, and maybe it would work out for some people, but according to you, no!
No, it did not work out for me at all. I did not like it at all. So, Mario Party 9, I'm just not a fan of it. Go back to the Mario Party 3 for the N64. It was the best.
Hmm,
I mean, my cousin Terry and I were playing that just yesterday. It was cool. So, that was good.
convenient.
Alright, so another series that's been really milked a lot is Mario Kart. Now, this is where I get kind of upset. Kirby Air Ride. Literally the best darn racing game I've ever damn played. My little cousin Robert, 5 years old, came over up to where I live in Michigan, all the way up from Florida, and he played Kirby Air Ride with me, and he understood how to play it because it was so easy to get. All you have to do is you don't have to press any stupid A button or press any stupid B button. No, you just go and you use the joystick and press the A button to do it, and that's it. Those are the only two buttons you use. You don't use the entire Wiimote to do a simple racing game like in Mario Kart. No, the A button and the joystick are all you need, and that is why Mario Kart is bad compared to Kirby Air Ride, because Mario Kart is simpler. I'm sorry, Kirby Air Ride is simpler, it's quicker, and it's better. And they needed a Kirby Air Ride too. They did.
But that actually gets into Mario Kart 7 because, well, one, they ran out of ideas for a title, and two, they like for Mario Party 9, they completely changed the design. There's no just driving, like selecting a car, selecting a character, and that was it, and then all the complicated controls and all that. No, you have to have like very skilled skills, I guess, into like what you were choosing. You had to choose the wheels, you had to choose the car, you had to choose the uh, weird flag thing that helps you fly? The power thing? Yeah. Why?
The I forget what it's called too. Paraglider,
Paraglider,
whatever.
that's it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
playing this.
yeah, you get to choose a car, you have to choose the wheels, and you have to choose the paraglider. Who does that, son? Wow.
Apparently, people like to
that me
fly at the
that
same
went
time as
nowhere.
driving, but yeah, that's just the thing. Like sometimes I think game designers should stick to the old system. I mean, that's kind of like what happened in the Pokemon Rumble, like the Pokemon games for the GameCube and the Pokemon games for the portable game systems have such different mechanics as how to catch the Pokemon, right?
Hmm.
Like you know how in the Pokemon games for the GameCube, you actually have to capture Shadow Pokemon. Where how if you stuck with the old design, you would just catch them in the wild. And there was actually a game review by Josh Scorcher who did a game review on how like the Pokemon games for the GameCube, like Pokemon Rumble and Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus, or games like that, kind of just
Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus.
or Gales of Darkness, just they just weren't as good as can be. I mean, instead of capturing shell Pokemon like that, which was kind of a new thing that
Oh,
they
and
wanted
Pokemon
to.
Colosseum.
Oh, Pokemon Coliseum. I'm sorry. Uh, I must be thinking of something different. But yeah, Pokemon Coliseum, where you capture shell Pokemon instead of catching them in the wild. That new system they tried didn't really work out for too many people, so that's why it was kind of disliked by some people. So when game designers try to use these new systems for their popular games, they sometimes fall flat. Any thoughts on that, Cameron?
Well, before I actually go into that, what was actually kind of funny when it was like Pokemon Shadow of a Colossus. I just imagine like the front of Shadow of a Colossus with a giant Pikachu head on it on the
That's
front
the
of it.
name, isn't it?
Pikachu. Yeah, it would be Pikachu,
No,
Shadow
I'm
of a
talking. No,
Colossus.
no, no.
By today, you can murder all the giant rock Pikachus you want, and nobody can stop you except for that random guy with the blue hair, and
But
that random girl with the pink hair, and that random cat that keeps on saying random stuff like meow.
I'm sorry. It wasn't there a game called Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Coming April 1st,
Oh
2013,
no.
Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus. Be warned, because Pikachu just ate some majorly overpowering steroids, and now he's huge. Ash doesn't know what to do, because Pikachu is on mindless rage. Pikachu has grown to over 90 feet tall, and now a hero named Wanda must combat the giant Pikachu with his sword, climb onto Pikachu's back, stab his cheeks, and bring the giant Pikachu down, only to see in the distance the giant Gyarados Leviathan coming out to try to destroy him. Will Wanda conquer the Shadow of the Colossus Pokemon? Who will win? Find out by the game.
Yeah, and just wait till you go up against the Shadow of a Colossus Whale Lord.
Oh yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. You see, this is another video for CNN Happy Hour. It is. This is
Yeah.
yet another video for CNN Happy Hour.
Happy hours. The happy hours of Jack here. I actually changed the title of the playlist.
I know.
It's
It's supposed to.
Happy Hour of Jack Harrison.
It's supposed to be everything. So now I can make a video about Shadow of the Colossus Pokemon. Oh my gosh, that'd be the best. Okay. Well, anyways, whatever. So back on to talking about Mario Kart. One series that was left in the dust for Mario Kart was F-Zero.
F-Zero! The one game! It was only a game! It was only a poor little game! No one liked it! We liked it for a while! But then nobody played any other games! Because the producers couldn't be bothered to make another game! They wanted to focus on paragliders instead! They had to focus on all of the designing! It had to be something like that! And so, it was so in the land of Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus. The movie, the game.
Now, you see, we need an F-Zero game for like the Wii U or something that just kicks Mario Kart out of the park with its adrenaline-pumping awesomeness. That's what we need. That's what we need, okay?
Yes, yes, we need to have a 3D F-Zero. We don't like none of your weird toy things on the Mario and the Links and the things and the Wii
I'm
U with
just
the
really
weird
trying to
thing
imagine. I'm sorry.
when you have to do the game pads and move around, and also known as the Nintendo Land. That really sucked.
Do you like the
went
new?
nowhere, didn't it?
Do you like the gamepad for the Nintendo Wii U? Do you like using it?
I do like using it, but with Nintendo Land, it is so horrible. It's just that the controls are perfectly fine. It's just I have an issue with the camera because if you're really going to be looking at the TV screen, aren't you? So if you got the gamepad and you're looking at the TV screen, whenever you tilt the gamepad, it's as if the actual camera is like plugged in to the Wii U and it copies its every move. So if you like turn it towards you, there's a giant weird black thing that is at the top of the TV screen. That's something I really don't like about it. When
Oh,
you
okay.
yeah, because you don't really think that you're gonna keep the gamepad still, and it's just gonna be very like that. It's gonna be exactly still at the right point where the TV screen is still. So whenever you
Right.
tilt it, it just looks horrible. That didn't really go into F-Zero, did it?
No, but that's actually another game talk topic for evolution of the game controller. That's another game talk topic, but we'll do that some other time. But what I really want to say right now is we just need a 3D F-Zero game that's just so much better than Mario Kart. It just flattens it and leaves it in the dust. You know what I mean? Because that would be the best, wouldn't it, Cameron?
Yep.
So get Captain Falcon, and there could be Blood Falcon and Captain Falcon. And do Falcon, Punch! And Falcon punches collide. Have you seen that one video, like, what happens when two Falcon punches collide?
No.
Oh my gosh, there's even a video on YouTube that says Falcon Punch the movie trailer, teaser trailer. It's amazing. It
Wow.
really is. So yeah, you can watch that later, but that's just one thing to throw out there. F-Zero needs a reboot.
Yep.
Another game that needs a reboot is Earthbound.
Earthbound! Please! Sugar Conroy made it look so good. Please! All we want was the first game, but no! We had to be illegal to get it, and none. The third game, there had to be a stinking fan translation. Japan! What is wrong with you? You couldn't let the Americans and the Germans who with this accent and even the English people and everybody else in with that game because it just had to be Japanese. You couldn't be stinking idiots to actually know that you had to translate it in real life and people would like that. Not fans. We don't like them fans translations. We want the real thing. Whoa!
Unleash Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus on them right now! Unleash Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus on them right now.
What?
Unleash it on them. Unleash a giant Turtwig on them right now. Unleash a giant and Colossus Torterra on them right now. Yes.
Torterra, I choose you.
And now I enhance you with Shadow of the Colossus power. Go Mega Colossus Torterra.
Error! I shall now use my awesome leaf powers to use my lily pads to throw it into those stinking designers' faces, and they will have a note on them, all of them,
Cameron?
and they will say, "Of the Mother Series, I'm Torterra." Like a mouse.
Yes. Okay. So, and another thing that one game series that's quite popular among the fans, but never really got too many games to it was Donkey Kong. What do you think about that?
Donkey Kong, gotta Kong 'em all, 'cause he's a Donkey Kong. What the heck? Okay.
Let me do this. Let me do this.
Huh?
Okay. A funky rap to DK.
Oh.
Donkey Kong, he's the leader of the pack. You know him well, he's
Donkey
finally
Kong.
back to kick some tail. Ooh, 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 ah! Ooh, ah! His coconut gun can fire in first. If he shoots now, he's gonna burst. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. Who? DK!
The DK
Donkey Kong! DK!
Donkey Kong!
Donkey Kong is here! See, I can
Kong
actually
here.
do the song. I can actually do the song. I'm awesome.
Oh. Yeah. DK! Donkey Kong! This guy's one hell of a guy! Best line ever in that entire.
Yeah, so I know that Donkey Kong has had a lot of remakes lately, you know what I mean? There's been Donkey Kong Country Returns, Donkey Kong Country on 3DS, Donkey Kong Country on the
3D,
Wii.
Yeah.
But there's been so many remakes for Donkey Kong Country. It's like, can we just get a new game already?
Yes, we don't want the 3Ds. We already had the 3Ds. The 3Ds, they all came along and he said, "Hey, I want to take over this series, so I will. I'll get it, make it all like glitchy and all that, and then we'll make it all 3D, and the graphics go down kinda, but it's in 3D, and it's on a portable console and stuff like that, and we are the 3Ds and we solve everything, and yeah, uncreative.
Apparently 3D is the answer to everything.
3D is the answer to everything.
Yes.
You just gotta accept that someday, good sir.
Now, yeah, you're right. And the next thing I was gonna say was Yoshi. He's never really had. This was really weird. Damn it. This was actually really weird because I actually remember this quite well. It happened about a year ago, but I kind of wrote it down because I wanted to save it for something. But I had a dream a few months ago where I dreamt that I got a game for for my birthday, and it was called Yoshi's Story for the Wii.
Yoshi Story for the Wii. Yeah.
Yes, it was a plain. I actually saw the game in my hand in my dream, and literally had a really good picture of Yoshi on it. And it just said "For the Wii, Yoshi's Story," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a dream that I got Yoshi's Story for the Wii. It's like, wow. So is that like a sign that Yoshi needs his own game again instead of being using as a sidekick constantly in all the other games?
Yeah, that's why they're making Yoshi's Yarn, yay! But then that actually goes into the fact that that all they're doing is they're making another Kirby's Epic Yarn game
Yeah.
only with Yoshi in it, and
Yoshi's
that's
Epic
all.
Yarn. Now we need Olimar's Epic Yarn.
Yeah,
Oh,
we need it.
we need all the cute Nintendo characters need to have their own Epic Yarn. Maybe we should have Ice Climber's Epic Yarn.
Oh yeah,
That'd be great.
yeah. Maybe we could even make a you know, a game when you have to do the Metroid stuff, but it's Yarn.
No, no,
We
no, no,
need,
no,
yes,
no.
yes,
Metroid does not
yes.
get an Epic
We
Yarn.
need to have a game with the Metroids in
We
the
already
Yarn.
have we
The
already have
Metroid
Metroid
Yarn will
Pinball.
consume the entire Yarn world, and Yarn Samus is the only one who can stop them with her knitting needle power, awesome stuff of teleportation powers
Mother
of
Brain
awesome.
doesn't sew clothes though.
We need a Metroid Yarn game. Deal
No,
with it.
no, already have a Metroid Pinball. Okay?
Well, yeah. We had a Metroid Pinball. Why can't we have a game about knitted
First of
Samus?
all, Space Pirates will not look good yarnized. Mother Brain and
Of course they
Ridley
will. Of
Mother
course they
Brain
will.
and Ridley do not sew clothes. They rip people's heads off and breathe fire. Ridley breathes fire. How can you have that in a yarn game?
Ridley will fly around the Yarn Kingdom and use the power of fire breath to burn all yarn, and the yarn world will
You
be
know,
destroyed.
for a second, I thought you were gonna say the power of friendship. I did.
The power of friendship and burning down an entire universe will consume all yarniness in the entire world.
Oh gosh, Cameron, I'm not imagining Metroid's epic yarn or Samus's epic yarn. That's not gonna
Samus's
happen.
epic yarn! Yay!
That's not gonna happen.
It will! It will someday! It's my dream!
I will. I will. If it happens, if something's gonna burn. I'm gonna kick something. I'm gonna go up to whoever the creator of Metroid is. I forget his name. And I'm gonna say, "You look like a woman." I'm gonna walk away.
Um,
Have you ever noticed that some Japanese game designers like they just sometimes don't look like men? I don't know. It's like how they're I don't know. It's weird.
um,
I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's because their ethnicities like how our ethnicities are where which countries we come from kind of change the effects of what a woman looks like and what a man looks like. But when I sometimes see some of these game designers from Japan and I see that look like, I sometimes have trouble of determining if they're a man or woman. I don't know.
um,
I sound racist,
yay,
don't
we
I?
just defended the entire Japanese country of being Japanese.
Hey, hey!
Being
Racism for the
Japanese.
win!
Being Japanese.
Oh my gosh.
You have to be Japanese to be racist.
Obviously. Now, one other game that I would like to discuss that's being milked a little bit excessively is Resident Evil. Resident Evil 6, for anyone who's aware, it's not that good of a game. to be honest, Resident Evil 5, it should have ended after Resident Evil 5, but they had to make Resident Evil 6. And if you don't get the plot point for Resident Evil 6 is that after the T virus, the Las Plagas, and the Ouroboros, now there's the C virus.
C virus?
That's
You
the
mean
new that
you mean Clobber virus?
that's the new problem for Resident Evil 6, the C virus. And it's like, okay, so you got the G virus, the T virus, the G virus. You got all these viruses that end in E, T, G, and C. What's gonna be next? The B virus?
The B virus. We need the B virus. All bees will consume the world with their honey powers.
And this is just what I meant. When I saw the trailer for Resident Evil 6, I was like, did they just say C virus? Really? You've got the T virus, you've got the G virus, C virus.
C virus.
I was just like, really? Really? That's what you're resorting to now, Capcom? That's what you're resorting to now, Capcom? Really? I was just like,
C virus.
I mean, if there's anything if there's anything that's showing desperation for milking a popular game, there is right there an example right there. Coming up with a random name or a random platform, a random plot device called C virus, just to make a new game to keep on milking the series. So yeah, that was just like really disappointing for Resident Evil. Crazy. Any thoughts on? I'm talking a lot. You have any thoughts, Cameron?
No, I have no thoughts whatsoever.
Just Pokemon Shadow of the Colossus, right?
I have no words.
Okay, well, I'll just keep. Well, that about covers it. That's basically all. Well, Super Mario Bros. We talked about that. Yeah. Oh, Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda. We talked about this in the last Game Talk video, but Legend of Zelda has also been kind of milked because the Zelda timeline is like so convoluted because Legend of Zelda has been milked so much. So it's just kind of amazing how if they actually took time to stop milking Zelda, they might actually have a reasonable timeline for Zelda.
Yeah, but the fact that they're coming out with a HD version of Wind Waker isn't really helping the fact that it's getting milked.
Actually,
Because all they're doing is doing it HD and that's it.
Did you know that the new Zelda game coming out? I think the title in progress is Legend of Zelda: Symphony of the Gods.
No. Is this gonna be like another thing that's gonna ruin the timeline?
I hope it's a sequel. I hope it's a sequel. Because if it's a prequel, then oh,
please be a prequel. Please. Be
Cameron, hey, I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'll edit that part out. Okay. Now, what we were talking about just now was how if Zelda Legend of Zelda: Symphony of the Gods was another prequel, then just like goodbye timeline.
Goodbye timeline. Thank you. Come again.
Yeah, so that's just one thing to really note out there. Is just just stop with the prequel. Stop with the prequels and make some sequels. Now, I think we've talked enough about milking popular games. Let's talk about sequels, because that's the other part of this video game talk. Cameron, go. What makes a good sequel?
What makes a good sequel? Well, let's see. Develop on your characters, young Star Warrior. And if you do that, that is very good. For it's kind of into the aspect of like making a remake. See, you have to develop on the characters and make it look better. That is very, very good and important. You see, if you do not add these things, it will end up like Mario Party.
I hate Mario Party 9!
Mario Party 9! Mario Party 9! That doesn't matter! Since when did Mario Party 9 matter, huh?
From my personal perspective, what makes a good sequel is basically a good idea. Like don't come up with something like the C virus.
The C virus
Don't come up
and
with some,
the B virus and the C virus
it's like don't come up with the absolutely unoriginal and totally
again. A
bad
B C D virus 2 H I J K L M N O P
the
virus.
D virus will
The
be
D
next.
virus. The D virus needs to happen. That's it.
Yeah, so this is my point here, okay? Don't make a sequel with a plot with a major plot device that's as weak as the C virus. You need a plot device that is really table turning. Take for example Metroid Fusion and the X Parasites. That was a really good that was a really good major plot device that made a great game. Metroid Fusion was an amazing game for with the great plot device of the X Parasites. Another game that was a great sequel was Twilight Princess. That was actually a sequel, and that had a great major plot point was that Link was reborn. That like I think it was 100 years later after Link supposedly died, he was reincarnated as a new person, and you played as him in Twilight Princess. So that's like the funny thing about Twilight Princess was because I have the game Twilight Princess, and the funny thing about it was that yeah, Link supposedly died and was reincarnated as a new person, or to save Hyrule. So it's like you're getting this presented that wait, Link died? What?
Yeah, it's kind of like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, where it's the story of Link, and then there's a character who basically follows in his footsteps and is basically a reincarnation.
Yeah, so you're getting this so that wait, so you're resulting to Link actually dying to make a new Link. It's like, where's the game where Link dies? I want that.
That could probably be Ocarina of Ocarina of Time, I think, because if you actually look at the official Legend of Zelda timeline and the game, it does go into that, and that's actually where which I said on a previous video, where it actually branches off into three major timelines just from that one game.
Really?
Yeah, you have to see the official Legend of Zelda timeline. Just search Legend of Zelda timeline, the official one, and you'll see for yourself.
Okay, well I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah,
Hmm.
I kind of want a game where I want kind of want a Zelda game that is just so epic and so like adrenaline pumping that yeah, in the end, Link actually dies. That would be an amazing prequel. You know what I mean? That like somehow like
Mm.
Gandalf and Link going like Link does a kamikaze to finally put an end to a major villain, or Link sacrifices his life in order to save the world. I mean that would make a great prequel for how exactly Link died to be reincarnated in all these other games. You know what I mean? Cameron?
Yeah, I said yeah.
Yeah, so that would just be really amazing if they. And sometimes that's what I think Nintendo's missing. I think Nintendo's missing some darkness from their games. I mean some murder, and you look at the games from EA, you look at the games from Microsoft or Sony. Those games actually have some blood in them and some darkness to them. And sometimes I think that some Nintendo sequels or prequels they need some darkness to them to make some really riveting new plot devices for the game.
Yeah, the only thing that's close to a dark game in Legend of Zelda is actually Twilight Princess.
Yeah, that's why I have the game.
Hmm.
I
Ha 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 ha.
mean, so yeah, that was just something you gotta see. Sometimes the best sequels are actually made out of riveting and dark stories. Like take for example Dead Space 3 was a game that was a sequel for a really popular franchise, and that game has very dark plot points. It does. So it's like really interesting how sometimes these sequels really need to create deadly plot devices in order to make good games. Cameron, any thoughts on that?
Um, no, what are you saying there? It's just completely silent, and I was just like, hello.
Did you hear me? What I said?
Um, no, just hold on, just tell me again.
Okay, sometimes these games, such as Dead Space 3, have these really dark backstories to them, and how like they just really focus on creating a really dark atmosphere, really morbid and dark atmosphere, and that makes for a great sequel. How they really enhance the storyline with with how you say deadly plot development. Okay, so and by making that deadly plot development, they actually make good sequels for these games. And sometimes I think that sometimes these good sequels need some darkness to them, and some I just think that'd be good. Know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like what you said for Legend of Zelda, where there has to be a game where it will. It actually goes into another video that we did that I was actually discussing this in, where they have to make a game that does actually sort out all of these timelines. Where, like, yeah, they make a game where um, Link actually dies, and that's where the whole resurrection thing comes into play. But it would also because it would also work if in the game it did have some things that are linked to the games that are specifically for the timeline that comes after the bit where Link dies. So that would sort out the timeline, and that would make for a really good prequel.
Yes, it
Yeah.
would. So sometimes I think that yeah, Nintendo is a franchise that does. This is where Nintendo franchise has kind of been mocked a little by some other avid gamers. The Nintendo franchise is a little bit too kiddish.
Yeah, because all of those other guys are basically just playing games where
Like Call of Duty,
someone gets killed like 5 seconds.
like Call
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Duty.
Whereas in Nintendo games, they do actually make it so that not all games are purely about killing people.
Eh,
Because
eh, eh,
otherwise,
yeah.
basically, without Nintendo, if Nintendo didn't do anything right now, every single game like that would basically just be like a killing bonanza.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing Nintendo tries to symbolize with its sequels, and that we can make good games without blood and guts,
Yeah,
right? And that's
yeah,
but sometimes I don't know, maybe it's just in human nature that some morbidity helps make a good game, but maybe that can be counted because My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic is a really fun show, and it has no blood and guts in it. So and we guys watch it, so whatever. But getting back on topic, because I'm such a brony. Getting back on topic, uh, there there's certain things that just maybe if the game creators just did add some darkness, not in the form of so much blood, but just to create some really good plot points that would make good sequels. Yeah.
mm.
Any thoughts on what do you think the game creators could add to sequels that make good plot points, Cameron?
um well, I wouldn't like say that you have to add in something that's like really dark, because that does go into the point where you're changing the entire game design, and people aren't really going to be interested in that. So what I'd probably say is um, make sure that you don't actually make it a little bit too dark, because I mean, sure, it will get like some recognition from, but those games in well, specifically from a point of view, those gamers are more into stuff.
Cameron?
where blood and gore and all that it is like in every single game, and then when they know about like what Nintendo doesn't really. Yeah.
I was
Hello.
you. No, continue talking. Continue talking.
Hello.
Continue talking. Cameron, I
Oh,
said
okay.
continue talking.
I forgot what I was gonna say now. No, no, I literally just forgot what I was going to say now. Oh no.
Okay, so you were talking about how what could games have as a major plot device to make a good sequel.
Ah, no, I know about that. It's just I was going into something, but I seriously can't remember what I was saying. Never mind. Let's just continue the video without that then.
Well, okay, I'm getting this video off in about 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna share a final thoughts about because we mainly our topic is focused on milking popular games, because that's basically because gaming sequels have kind of mysterious to them. There's not really much you can say about making a good sequel because the only good thing, the real thing that makes good sequel is just the storyline. If you have a good storyline with some really good major plot development and plot devices, then you have a good sequel. If you don't have that, then you basically just have uh then you basically have to resort to making a remake or a prequel, and that's something the game designers have to watch out for. Is that if we don't make a good sequel, let's make a prequel because then we can work with the storyline to help us make a better game. Because if you can't work with the storyline to make a good sequel, then you can make a prequel, which is easier than making a sequel because you can actually work with the storyline to make the good prequel.
Yeah, but sometimes that doesn't really work out with
Yeah,
prequels because then something before a certain game, what you'd say, would probably happen and it would screw up the timeline anyway.
yeah.
Hensing how prequels have ruined the Legend of Zelda timeline.
Right. So what makes a good sequel is just really good, really good storyline. No C virus,
No,
just
Sylvanas!
just a
Never!
just a good storyline with good plot development, and that's how you make a good sequel. So I really think that if game designers ever make good sequels, they have to have a strong plot points. So that's just my thoughts. What are your thoughts, Cameron?
Well, basically just going along with everything you said, like, yeah, work with the storyline and hopefully it won't turn out like Legend of Zelda. So don't make it like too dark and just completely change.
Okay, it seems like Cameron lost his internet. Well, this has been the TheWhiteBowser here, and it seems like we're having internet trouble. So this has been the TheWhiteBowser, and I'll see you guys next time on the next CNN Hangout video. Hope we presented some good points about gaming sequels and milking popular games. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you then off. See you guys next time. Bye. Man, we need better communication. We just do. If we're ever gonna do more of these Hangout videos. My gosh.